to have 3 5-for-5 games in one calendar month. That happened way back in 1984. Oh, by the way, we still have several days left in the month of June. And look at where he's at, DeRo. He's now back up at 400.
Look at the next closest.
Yeah.
75 points.
Marlins win again, 11-0. Dante Bichette, by the way, reaches 100 hits as well. Bo Bichette, excuse me. He's going to lead the American League in hits for a third consecutive year.
And Robert, real quick, both these guys lead their respective leagues in hits. Why is that? Because they abuse opposite field.
Yes.
And I hear
Bichette, I heard Steve Phillips this morning say Bichette has the most opposite field hits of anyone in baseball this year.
If you want to be a great hitter in this game, you can't be a one-trick pony that's just getting on and trying to pull everything. Maybe that's the way you add value, but if you want to fight for batting titles and give yourself the best chance to be successful on a nightly basis, you have to play gap to gap. That's just the way this game's built. And this guy, we have to get into it. Go right into the tape. We got boards. I want to break him down. I want to compare him to some of the old-time greats because what he's doing is unprecedented. He is 75 points higher than the next closest guy in batting average, Ronald Acuna. And pause this real quick, because when you talk about Luis Arraez, his spray chart is all over the map, but it's kill you with 1,000 cuts, right? When I last saw him, WBC against Venezuela, he took a steep twice, run this. He actually got my blood boiling a little bit when he came around and introduced us to the too small. You're not good enough, or whatever that means. Now I'm in on it. At that moment, I was like,
Yeah, they're all doing it.
Not on my watch. Let's go. Trey Turner ends up hitting a huge grand slam, but he was on one, coming right out of the WBC. And last night, Jose Barrios, he got taken to task. 3-2 bullet up the middle. I'm going to take you through this AB. Heater away. He is on everything. He's confident in the box, the ability to foul any pitch off. He's an unbelievable bad ball hitter. He's got, like I said, he's working. Look at him looking at the boys. This is like Juan Soto vintage, but I'm going to kill you with little jabs. I'm not going for the knockout blow. And I'm going to manipulate the ball. Look at Jose Barrios. He's basically saying, you know what that smile means? I got nowhere to go to get you out. I'll let you have your singles all night. Maybe I don't do any damage with it, but there's a double down the right field line right there. George Springer cuts it off.
Jeez.
And just bullets up the middle the other way. And I want to get into a side angle with him. Pause it. And we talk so much. You hear so many guys. You want to get your A swing off. You want to be in your most powerful position. I believe in all those things. Talk about the rubber band effect as well. Guys want to create, boom, they want to be in this position. This position is a powerful position to deliver a blow to the baseball, and you want to deliver a knockout blow to the baseball. When I watch Luis Arraez, it's like he's sticking you with jabs all night and then waits for count leverage and maybe takes his chances. What do I mean by that? He never really loads his hands into the most powerful position to deliver a blow. He almost plays with them real close to his head, and it's almost like, boom, I'm gonna jab you to death, run this. There's not much handwork right there. That is quality bat to the ball. It got me thinking I'm going back in time, 1980s. He reminds you, I hate saying it, of old school hitters. Paul Molitor was a guy, and if you watch, just watch the hands. Can you run that back to the beginning? Look at it. There's no hand play right here. As soon as this stride goes, he's almost coming right to the baseball running. I mean, you wouldn't teach that in today's game, and he's a Hall of Famer. Luis Arraez does it a little bit differently, but there's not huge manipulation in his hands. And one of my ex-teammates is now their manager, Skip Schumacher. I think he has the ability to hit like Paul Molitor. I want to throw to some sound here. Skip was on High Heat with Alana Rizzo not too long ago, who he compared him to. Take a listen.
And I'm going to be careful when I say this because I know who Tony Gwynn is and what he did in the game, but it feels like he's the modern-day Tony Gwynn.
He might be the modern-day Tony Gwynn. Run it right here. This is 3,000 hit in Montreal. What he was able to do, I mean, he's one of the best hitters of all time. But like I said, he's a guy that wasn't searching for that knockout blow. Strikeout was not in the bag. You're not punching these guys out. You take a look at the highest average through 47 players' first 67 games. First off, Larry Walker, you kidding me? 417 with damage in 1997. But 400 batting average right there. Andres Galarraga. Pretty awesome stuff. Highest average versus non-fastball. That's the other thing. There's nowhere to go off speed-wise to Luis Arraez. Look at the difference. 434, 380. I mean, he is trumping these guys. And give me one more list, please. Highest career batting average last 90 seasons. Ted Williams, Tony Gwynn, Lou Gehrig, Boggs, Arraez. Pretty awesome stuff what he's been able to do. You think this trade's worked out for the Miami Marlins? I know Pablo Lopez has been pretty good for the Minnesota Twins, but with him swinging a bat the way he is and Soler backing him up in the 2 slot, Brian De La Cruz is kind of coming into his own. Jesus Sanchez is having a little fun.
Jazz Chisholm is working his way back, so it's going to be interesting to see how and where, and it's just going to be interesting to see how they work him back into this lineup, because as they're obviously rolling and have been playing pretty well without him. But
and you know what, Roflo? Skip's figured out he's got a couple lefty weapons in that bullpen, and you know Sandy's going to go on a run at some point.
You mentioned his WBC performance. He has 2 home runs. He had 2 home runs in that tournament, by the way, at Marlins Park.
Yeah.
That's the amount of home runs he has this year. So
yeah, when he took us deep, I was kind of like shell-shocked. I'm like not known for that. I thought he'd give me a couple bullets the other way, but he said, no, I'm going to show damage there, and now I'm going to hit 400.